Hello, and welcome to a new edition of Swickley Public Library's Book Buzz. Today, I'd like to share with you some amazing cookbooks. I know this past year has been a very difficult one, but one shining spot in this whole past year have been the many glorious cookbooks that have been published, and Swickley Public Library has been able to add quite a number of these to our collection. So I'd like to share just a few of them with you today. First off, I'd like to share See You on Sunday by Sam Sifton. This is subtitled A Cookbook for Family and Friends, and it is definitely geared toward the home cook. And many of these recipes are very doable. I bookmarked one for a pulled pork recipe that just looks delicious and quite easy to do. So this is kind of one for Sundays or any type of special gathering when you want to put together a really nice meal. So this is definitely one to take a look at. The next one is also a one that's designed for a home cook, and it is Gordon Ramsay's Quick and Delicious, 100 Recipes to Cook in 30 Minutes or Less, which that is very appealing to in that respect. And as you do these recipes, and they are quite doable, you can also be glad that the author, who has quite a reputation, isn't in the kitchen with you, but he does give nice instructions. The Full Plate, flavor-filled, easy recipes for families with no time and a lot to do by Ayesha Curry. This is really a nice book. It's another one that has beautiful illustrations, very doable recipes, but a little bit more exotic. So these are quite fun. Shrimp fajitas, anyone? I think this would be fun for any of us. And even the cover of this is so appealing and enticing. A very famous cookbook author has written an enormous tome. It's called Otellini Flavor, and he is quite well known and very prominent in the foodie universe, but also geared toward the home cook as well. So this cookbook uses flavor as its theme. So many of the recipes have wonderful spices and just wonderful to look at. So this is also another really great recipe book. Cooking the Italian Authentic Way by Rolando Beramendi, and it's entitled Autentico. And this is, we have a number of Italian cookbooks. This is always very, very popular, but this one is really geared to the authentic Italian and maybe not the Italian American style cooking. So this is also really, really fun to take a look at. It also has lovely illustrations as well as some great recipes to kind of, that does look good. So this is another one of our new cookbooks. I now have just a couple of recipes, a couple of cookbooks that contain recipes that are a little bit more unfamiliar and ones that we do not have too many in our collection. In fact, this one I think may be a first. It's Parwana, Recipes and Stories from an Afghan Kitchen. So this is the culture and history and cooking of Afghanistan. And there are quite a number of very interesting recipes, plus a background of the Afghan culture and history. There's quite a lot more than just recipes. So it's really a great book to kind of get a little bit more of the flavor of Afghanistan and to read about things that we normally don't hear about from a family point of view. So this is really an interesting title. Similar to that one is called In Bibis Kitchen, which explores the recipes and stories of grandmothers from 8 African countries that touch the Indian Ocean. So this is another book that also explores the history and cultural of these um, countries that um, we might not know too much about, but it is lovely to read about the individuals that are depicted in the stories and the recipes that they have. Another great book. All of these books have great illustrations. They're all big and heavy and just gorgeous. And finally, something that we might all find in need of is Modern Comfort Food by Ina Garten. And she is a very popular cookbook author. We have a number of her books on our shelves, and she's always does a great job with her books and recipes, and very geared to the home cook. So this is one that I think I'm going to take another closer look at because I think we all need some comfort food for this time and for the winter months. It's always great. So thank you for joining us. If you would be interested in any of these books, you can always place them on hold in our catalog or give us a call at the Swickley Public Library, and we'll be happy to do that for you too. A couple of these do have a little bit of a hold list, but we also have others that we could recommend as well. So happy cooking and bon appetit.